Hello, hello. I am going to be doing a book review on Live No Lies by John Mark Comer. So this is the second book that I've read by John Mark Comer. The first one was Ruthless Elimination Hurry, which is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book. And this was really good. I really enjoyed this book. I enjoy his writing style. He writes in a way to where he kind of almost separates thoughts in paragraphs, to where once like a complete thought is done, it moves to the next paragraph, which makes it super easy to read through it. It's called Live No Lies, Recognize and Resist the 3 Enemies That Sabotage Your Peace. And so it talks about desire a lot, the desires that we have. It talks about the flesh a lot, which is a big part of where our desires come from, our flesh, what we want, what we crave. Talks about the world, just the way that the world is, how the world is evil, and what makes the world in the biblical sense. How Jesus talks about the world, talks about that quite a bit. And so it's it talks about the devil, the flesh, and the world, and those are the 3 main points. And so I really enjoyed this book. There was a lot of fluff. There were a lot of things that were just like I feel like I've read this before kind of thing. Not that it's not good content, it's great content. I think if this was the first John Mark Comer book you will have ever read, you'll probably think it's one of the best books you've ever read, just because of his writing style. He's a gifted communicator. But for me, this isn't the first one I've read. Ruthless Elimination Hurry, it's a New York Times best-selling book. So, it's a phenomenal book. And I don't think this one was as good, not in terms of its content, but in terms of the message that is translated to the reader. I feel like the message that was translated to the reader for Ruthless Elimination Hurry was a lot more clear. There wasn't as much fluff. It was just power-packed. And there were points in this book where I was just kind of it kind of seemed like we were just straying away, kind of going in a direction. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing here. But it was valuable. Everything I read in here was valuable. So it's a great book. I'm going to rate it. I actually don't know what I'm going to rate it. I'm going to rate this book I'm going to rate this book a 7.9 out of 10. 7.9 out of 10. So it's a great book. That doesn't mean it's not a good book. It's a great book. I would read it if you can. It definitely highlights desire a lot. What we want, what we desire, how to live by the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Great book. You should read it if you can. John Mark Comer, Live No Lies. That is it for my book review. Thank you so much.